So we went looking for clothes. Picture two middle-aged women, chunky, both very relieved to have jobs that don't require wearing dresses, going into the local Macy's outlet store and meeting up with our personal shopper, Luella, who says, "What's the occasion?" And Pat says, "I'm getting married." And I say simultaneously, "I'm getting married." And Luella says, "Isn't that precious? Who's the special fella?" And so Pat said, "No, we are getting married to each other." And Luella never missed a beat. She said, "Bless your heart. Isn't that precious? Come on, y'all, come over here, meet these two nice little old ladies. They're getting married to each other. Isn't that something? Huh? Huh? Huh?" We went through the bridal dresses in about 1/8 of a second. We went through the regular dresses in another 1/8 of a second. We went through the suits. We went through the suits for women who are lawyers and don't want to look like men but need to nevertheless present that look. We went through everything, and Pat was saying that she thought maybe she wouldn't get married after all, when I spied a row of Hawaiian shirts. And so that was that. We showed up in Toronto a month later with our Hawaiian shirts in tow at the science fiction convention. So we check into the hotel, and the woman behind the desk says, "Oh, are you here for the convention?" And Pat says, "No, we're here to get married to each other." And the woman goes, "Isn't that wonderful? We'll give you the bridal suite." Now I have to confess, as politically incorrect as this will sound, it felt weird. It just feels weird. I mean, what do I call her? My spouse? Sounds like a soup. My partner is a business relationship. My lover sexualizes the whole thing. My husband, no, not even going there. My wife's not great either. Pat's suggestion was she who must be obeyed, but I KO'd that. You kind of, it feels real weird. You just don't know quite how to react, and even I didn't know how to react. So we both kind of joked a lot about it, because we were uncomfortable. But the next morning we went to Starbucks, and we ordered lattes, and the guy said, "Are you here from the science fiction convention?" And I said, "No, we're getting married to each other." And he went, "Oh, lattes on me. Welcome to Canada." This was weird. All that week, people treated us like we were normal. It was so strange. It felt so abnormal. I can't tell you. So we found ourselves with several science fiction writers as witnesses, everybody wearing Hawaiian shirts, standing in front of a very nice minister. And we were still kind of awkward about it and a little embarrassed. And we kept saying to each other, look, it's a good thing politically. We should count ourselves. But really, what does it mean? It's a piece of paper. I mean, we've been together 16 years. It's just a piece of paper. So imagine our surprise when the ceremony finished and Malcolm St. Clair said, "You are now married." And we both burst into tears. And we looked at each other and we were both thinking the same thing. It's just a piece of paper. It's not that big a deal. And yet we found ourselves weeping all the way out of the courthouse, all the way down the courthouse steps. And later on, when we were talking about it, we realized that all of our lives together, we had assumed we would be outlaws. All of our lives together, we had assumed that people would stare at us if we held hands, that people would make fun of us if we said we loved each other. We just assumed that because that's the way it had always been. And yet, for the first time in our life, we not only had a marriage certificate, but we had the weight of an entire country's legal system standing behind us, saying, you know what? You're just like everybody else. And that was awe-inspiring, and it was profound, and it was astonishing, and then, of course, we came home. We're married in London, but not in New York. says we're kosher, the states say we're pork. They didn't get that in Nashville. We went in Toronto, the judge said amen. And when we got home, we were single again. It's hard being married and living in sin. Sometimes I forget just which state I am in. Thank God I'm not Catholic. I'd be a mess trying to figure out what to confess. My passport in Sweden says I've got a wife. Amsterdam tells me I'm partnered for life. Back in America, land of the free, I'm a threat to the national security. If I were a frog, here's what I would say. It's hard being green, it's hard being gay. But love has no color, and hearts have no sex. So love where